Saluton, parolas Tomaso, kai?
Mi estas Logano.
Kai bonvenon al Lernu kun Logano. All right, so in the last lesson, we covered a few things, and in the meanwhile, we got a few lessons back from some other people. Logan has done his homework. I think everything looks really good. A lot of times I'll get lessons from students that don't understand where the ending goes, and there'll be no ends anywhere. Sounds like everybody who's sent in lessons so far has gotten that down.
Well, they haven't gotten every single end.
No, not every single one. Occasionally there was one or two left off by accident, but it looked like they understood what was going on. So thanks to Carlo and Richard and Allison and remember who the fourth student was? Wacko Magoose. So I mentioned in previous episodes that we're going to suggest some supplemental material that you might like to use. And I'll put some links in the description. One I found was American Esperantist, his channel. He's got a good Esperanto lesson 1. I'd like to suggest you watch the first 5 minutes of that, where he goes over the Esperanto alphabet. I know that some of the people that are sending lessons so far have already done some of the basics. Logan, you probably already know the alphabet pretty good. And then Duolingo. What do you know about Duolingo?
It's a website that you learn Esperanto.
Yeah, so I think some people know about it. I'll put a link to a video or two that sort of introduces it, and also to the site itself. That's a good way to get practice doing translations and learning some basic vocabulary. And it would go really nicely with what we're going here if you haven't already started with Duolingo. But it will give you something to work on while you're waiting to hear back from us on your lessons. And the last link I'm going to put down in the description is going to be to an episode of a song from Schoolhouse Rock that I referred to a couple times. And I'm sure I will refer to it as we go forward with these lessons. Are you familiar with it, Logan? The Lolly song? Lolly, get your adverbs here? We'll watch it later.
I haven't heard it in a long time, so probably no.
Okay. So a little bit of a review. We talked about some extra sentences, greetings, and stuff for conversation that we find useful. Kiel vi fartas?
Bone, kiel vi fartas?
Mi fartas bone, dankon. Kaj kio estas via nomo?
Logano?
Via nomo estas Logano, kaj kio estas mia nomo?
Tomaso?
Mia nomo estas Tomaso. And a new one is Kie vi loĝas? Kie vi loĝas? Kie estas via domo?
Oh, where do you live?
Yes, and kiu urbo vi loĝas? Don't give your address. People who want to come visit us. So the new sentence I want to tell you about is Kie vi loĝas? Where do you live? All right, one last thing that was in lesson 1. I'm sure you guys saw it in the material. Logan, do you know how to say 100 in Esperanto?
Cent.
Cent. All right, so just in case you missed that, that was one of the things that was in lesson 1. All right, so lesson 2 starts out with a little bit of a review of lesson 1. We talk about, I'll put the table up on the screen. If the subject of the sentence, so if we're talking about the bird is catching insects, the subject would be...
The bird.
Yeah, in Esperanto?
Birdo.
Birdo, right, and that ends with an O. And then the verb in the middle is kaptas, and then the last one ends in N.
Insectoin.
Insecton au insectoin. So we have the O, or the oi, for the subject, then the as, is, os, for the past, present, and future verbs, the on, and the oin, for the object verbs, the things that are receiving the action of the verb. So what we're going to cover new in this lesson are adjectives. Do you know what an adjective is?
Describing word.
It's a describing word. A word that describes things like granda, malgranda, big and small. And so this the first adverb they have in the first adjective they have in this lesson is bona.
Good.
And the sentence is bonai patroi havos bonain filoin. Is that true? Ĉu vi estas bona filo? All right.
Yeah, sometimes.
Rigardu tion, gesinjoroj kaj gesinjorinoj. Logano faris sian hejmtaskon kaj tre bone faris. There were a couple words that you mixed up. Do you remember what they were? Because I think somebody else mixed them up in the other direction.
Filo and knabo.
Yeah,
And I forgot the N once.
Yeah. So filo is son and knabo
Is boy.
boys. So we're talking about adding adjectives to what we have to say, describing words. And we've got bona patro, havos bonan filon, bonae patroi, havos bonain filoin. Right, so what do we notice about that? One is that...
Singular and one is plural.
Right, but what do you notice that happens in Esperanto that doesn't happen in English when you add a plural?
You add J instead of an S.
You add a J instead of the S, and the other thing that happens that's different is that the J also goes on the adjective. So bona patro, which might be over here on my screen, bona patro becomes, if there's more than one father, what is it?
Fathers and
Yeah.
patroi.
But how do you say good if there's more than one father?
Bonai.
Bonae patroi. You notice that?
Mhm.
All right, so we've got some vocabulary. Should I give you another quiz?
Okay.
Another quick quiz? Let's see how fast we can do this. Bella.
Beautiful.
Granda.
Big.
Nova. Antaŭ kelkaj jaroj ni aĉetis novan aŭton. Kaj ĝi fariĝas malnova. That means new.
Oh.
Sana.
Insane.
It's close. Sana means healthy.
Oh.
And sane means mentally healthy in English.
Mhm.
What do you say if somebody sneezes?
Gesundheit? No, that's no.
It's German.
Yeah.
What do you say in Esperanto?
Oh gosh.
Sanon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Seka.
Wet.
That's actually dry.
Oh.
Varma.
Warm.
Yeah. Or hot. Akvo.
Water.
Butiko.
Sheep.
We don't say that very much. Boutique. It's like a store. Butico. Limonado.
Gosh, and there's a lot of words that I haven't heard before.
Yeah, it says lemonade in the course. It's that's one of those things that varies from country to country. A lot of times limonado would be like a Sprite or something. Papero.
Paper.
Yeah. Plumo.
Plum.
Plum is pruno, actually. And plumo is a feather or a pen. It sounds like the word plumage.
Why?
Why what?
Why just whenever a word sounds like a single word, it's not.
Well, if all the words sounded like English, we could just speak English. Yeah. Tasso.
Tassel?
That's a cup.
Oh. Tassel.
all right.
Tail.
Amas.
Love.
Lavas. Lavu viajn manojn.
Wash.
Yes. Petas.
Pets.
Petas means to ask or request.
Oh gosh.
And it's also used in the word to say please, which is mi petas.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Porti. Or portas, I'll say.
Carry.
Yeah. And it has another meaning that we use a different word in English, is to wear. Renkontas. This is a little different, but in the fall we go to the Aŭtuna Renkontiĝo de Esperanto, and that has that same renkont in there, and it means
gathering.
To meet. Skribas.
Right.
Very nice. All right, so this lesson at this point goes right into the exercises. So I'd just like to point out that the exercises come in 3 parts. The first part has 4 exercises. And then it talks a little bit about female words. In lesson 1, we talked about patro and patrino. What's the difference between patro and patrino?
There's an IN which uses the opposite gender.
Yep. So if it has an IN in there, it changes the word, makes it feminine.
Knabino is girl and knabo is boy.
Yep. All right. So, and that can work also for cats. Although we've got a lot of lady cats in our house, don't we?
Yep.
And we just call them katoi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're not all fussed about that like we are. At least our cats aren't. Okay, so after part 2 of your exercises, it talks about the word ne, which means not.
Or no.
Or no. That's true. If I'm going to say, I'll say something and I want you to say the opposite. Like I'm going to say I'm going to do this, and you'll say you're not going to do it. Let's see how that works. Ready? Mi parolas.
Mi ne parolas.
Mi estas alta.
Mi ne estas alta.
Mi nomiĝas Tomaso.
Mi ne nomiĝas Tomaso.
Mi estas inteligenta.
What?
All right, so there we go. That's that.
Dad.
There's a word called infinitive. I'm going to guess you don't know what infinitive is. All right, infinitive is basically just a fancy word that means if you look up a verb in the dictionary, that's how it's going to be written. It means it comes from Latin, meaning that there's no ending on it. So when we want to talk about an infinitive verb in Esperanto, it ends in an I. So that's why in the course material till now they've been having an apostrophe because they didn't want to explain how that works. So if I say kuras, that means runs, like he runs, she runs, they run, that sort of thing. But if you say kuri with an I on the end, that just means to run. So that's how you'll find it in a dictionary. We have a couple of pronouns that we need to look about. We've already talked about me. That means I. We've talked about vi.
You.
Yeah. We talked about... We didn't talk about this yet. G.
It.
Yeah. Or she.
Her.
Or ili.
Il. Oh. They.
Yeah. So with those pronouns, if you add an A to the end, it becomes a special kind of pronoun that's called a possessive pronoun. So I could say me, add the A, it's mia. What does that mean? Tu estas mia auto.
It's my.
Yeah. Via.
I was about to say mine.
Yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gia.
It's.
It's Shia.
Hers.
Lia.
His.
Ilia.
Theirs.
All right, I got to watch my own pronunciation there. It's Ilia. All right, and so the next thing in the course is part 3 of the exercises. Like last time, if you just take them out of, cut and paste into an email, type your answers after each line and send that to us. We'll take a look at it before next time. Thanks for watching. And ready?
Cis la vido.
Cis la revido.